Welcome you all to the Model 3 Corporate Strategy on SWOT analysis. As a part of the syllabus, there is a SWOC, S-W-O-C, which is similar to SWOT. So first we will have a brief understanding of SWOT, strength, weakness, opportunities and threats. Then we will see SWOC, that is strength, weakness, opportunities. Instead of threats, it's a challenges. More or less the concepts are same except for few variations has been seen. So what is SWOT analysis? In the previous session, we spoke about research-based value of the firm. So in that context, I had spoken few things about strength and weakness, opportunities and threats too. So in detail in today's session, we'll be talking about the SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is a strategic planning tool to evaluate the firm's strength, weakness, which is internal to the organization, opportunities and threats which are external and common to everybody. So, external opportunities and threats how an organization faces is similar to the competitive organization faces also. So, SWOT analysis involves systematically assessing the internal and external factors which has an impact on organization's performance and competitiveness to take strategic decisions. So, as an acronym, it says that strength, weakness, opportunities and threats. That's what SWOT talks about. So, before getting into SWOT importance, the SWOT analysis was developed by Albert Humphrey, who conducted a research in Stanford University during 1960s and 70s through the data obtained from Fortune 500 companies. It is a technique considered appropriate for the prior stages of planning. So, it involves the identification of cons of the internal resources and capabilities and that is strength and weakness and external market opportunities or external environmental factors, that is opportunities and threats. So, with this brief understanding about SWOT, let us see the importance of SWOT analysis. So, SWOT analysis helps to outline the current strategic position of an organization. It identifies that whether a company is good or in a bad market position. And also the analysis also indicates the faults in the organization that need to be corrected and also helps in formulating firms' strategies. So, SWOT analysis, as one is, we will have to identify the internal resources and external factors influencing the organization, helps in formulating strategies to exploit the opportunities. Opportunities are common to every person, I mean every firm which is existing in the market. And it is also talks about as well as eliminating. One is strength on your strengths, try to overcome your weakness, enhance what is it? You try to exploit the opportunity and face the threat. That's what SWOT analysis talks about. So, strategic alignment, SWOT analysis helps organization in aligning their internal capabilities, resources, as you could have seen, it helps in resources, external market conditions, here you can say external market factors which you could have seen across, and also it helps in to understand the external market opportunities and the threats to be faced, ensuring the strategic initiatives aligned with the organization's strength and objectives. So first the objective or the importance of strategic planning of SWOT is this. Second is risk management. By identifying your potential weakness and threats, weakness is internal to the organization, threats is external to the organization. SWOT analysis will enable organization to mitigate risk, vulnerability and also face the external threats or challenges which can have an impact on the performance and competitive position. Decision support systems. When a firm is aware about its strengths and opportunities, then it can think of, provides a structure framework for evaluating alternative course of action and take an informed decision. So prioritizing strategic initiatives, allocate resources effectively and capitalizing on the opportunities while trying to overcome the risk or minimize the risk and overcome weakness. Strategic SWOT analysis in strategic management. Performance improvement can be seen. SWOT analysis helps organizations identify areas for improvement and optimization both internally and externally by addressing weakness and capitalizing on strengths. So organization can enhance their competitive position performance and its sustainability over the period of time. So components of SWOT analysis, as we have told, it is strength, weakness, opportunities and threats. What are the strengths? Internal attributes that give an organization a competitive advantage. What is competitive advantage? Better hand position over its competitive firm. For example, a company A and a company B. In the previous session, we spoke about resource-based value of the firm. If the resources are Vero framework, valuable, rare, inimitable and organized, then the resource, what is it? Organization or a firm will have a competitive advantage. That's what it says. Enable its objectives, core competencies, unique capabilities, strong brand reputation of the organization, skilled workforce, efficient process and financial stability. So when we are speaking about resource-based value, we spoke about tangible and intangible components. Tangible components are materials, machinery, building, layout, infrastructure. It is in a very commercialized place. Easy for logistics. And other intangible components are brand name, customer, employee engagement, human resources, the value of the company, value, all those things comes as the skilled workforce, all those things comes as an intangible component. Weakness are internal limitations, deficiency. For example, a person is very good at writing or he has a very good thought of floats. Idea of thoughts is he has very good. But if he can't write properly on the paper, then it becomes a deficiency. How can you overcome that deficiency? Either he has to engage a writing class or voice to computer system, online recording and conversion can happen, or maybe his thoughts can take somebody's help to put it in written documentation. Just for an example, just also the company here weaknesses where deficiencies can be improved, which will, if not overcome, this can hinder the organization's performance. Weakness. So they may include lack of resources. As I was telling, in certain companies, the resources may be very unique, may not be available, they cannot be imitated, they cannot be taken from anybody else. So in that cases, what the company has to do, they have to find out an alternative ways. So for example, weakness are outdated technology, obsolete technology, brand name. I told you strength and weaknesses are internal to company. How do you enhance your brand name? giving a good customer service, timely delivery, product quality with affordable cost, creating an awareness. These are all internal to the company, can work on it. So, high employee turnover. If employee leaves regularly the organization, it's a weakness for the company. Means company is unable to keep them. Why? The employee is either not motivated, or employee does not find a career growth in that particular organization, or something which is drawing back the employee out of the organization or to leave the organization. So that's what it says. Opportunities refers to external factors and trends in the business. So opportunities and things are persistent things. They may include emerging market trends, technological advancement, expansion in new market, partnership, change in government rules and regulations. We talk about pestle, political, economical, technological, legal, socio-cultural factors. There can be change in the government rules and there can be changes in the rules and regulations. There can be a new market entry. There can be strategic partnership, two companies coming together. They can have a better competitive advantage of some other existing company. So that company may find that competitive advantage it may lose because of the mergers or acquisition of some competitive company. So that's what it talks. Threats. Threats are external challenges, risks and obstacles in business environment that may undermine the organization's success and pose potential harm. They may include intense competition, economic downtrends, technological disruptions, regulatory changes, natural disaster and geopolitical instability. So this was about the brief explanation about the SWOT. So as told you, Albert M. Ferry, who led the convention at Stanford University in 1960s and 70s using the data from Fortune 500 companies, it was a technique which was used as SWOT analysis. So according to him, he says, SWOT is a simple, powerful tool for sizing a firm's internal strength and competitive deficiencies, its market opportunities and external threats in future well-being. A strength is a source or capacity the organization can use effectively to achieve its objectives. Weakness is a limitation or a fault or a defect or a deficiency or a lacuna in an organization that will keep in achieving, that will be an hindrance for the organization in achieving its objectives. Opportunity is any favorable situation in the organization where there is a potentiality can be seen for the growth of an organization. It is usually a trend or a change or some kind of overlooked need that increased demand for a product or service. For example, just a marketing example I would like to quote here. There was a village, a salesperson was asked to go and see the market potentiality for a product sandals, slippers. The sales executive went to the village, saw in the village he found none of the villagers were using slippers. They were walking barefoot. He came back to the manager and told, there is zero potential for the slippers in that particular village. The manager was a little surprised. Then he asked one more sales executive B to go and survey the same village again. The sales executive B went, saw that, he also observed that none of the villagers were wearing slippers. He came back to the manager and told, there is high potential for the slippers in that particular area or the village. Same situation, same place, but the perception of A and the perception of B. Analyzing, A saw there is no opportunity for sandals or apparels market, whereas B saw there was a huge potentiality because none of them were wearing slippers, and that was an opportunity to convince or to influence or to create an awareness about the slippers to the villagers, and the entire village can be existing potential customers of that particular brand. The way you see matters. So that's what demand for a product or service, where you have overlooked the need. So a threat is any unfavorable situation, can be a constraint which might cause problem, damage or injury. Can you control the competition? Entry of a competitor? For example, can be a rules and regulations change, guidelines, or for example, if you have to start up certain key things you need to follow, government procedures. Some company may see it as a challenge to meet the requirements. So SWOT analysis, strengths are core competency, strong brand reputation, skilled workforce, efficient operations process, strong financial performance, employee, knowledge, quality and quantitative employee is an asset of an organization. Distinctive competitiveness, how unique you are, how valuable your resources are, how unique is your infrastructure and the layout design, how sound the company is in terms of financial position. These are all strengths. Weaknesses, when the access to the resources, for example, in the production process, there are multiple components, tangible resources required. Quality, talented, skilled manpower is required. Brand, see, if a customer has to buy a product, the branding of the product has to happen. The customer should be known about the product. If there is no branding, people may not, even if it is available easily, people may not buy it because it's not known to them. So high employee turnover, regular employees leaving the organization, financial soundness. If you could just observe what strength there, in some company it can be a weakness also. You can work on your weakness and try to make it as a strength over a period of time. So that's what it talks about. So next we talk about is the opportunities, emerging market trends, technological advancement, expanding into a new market. Just now I gave an example. Strategic partnership, changes in regulations or government policies. All these are opportunities. Threat is intense competition. When the country itself is not doing well, how can you expect the company to do well? Company may be doing, but you may not find the economically stable. Technological disruptions, advancements in technologies, there can be disruptions also. Regulatory changes, natural disaster. Tamil Nadu, all of a sudden there was a tsunami. So many houses were wiped out. There's an earthquake. Are we prepared for it? Do we know it happens? Sometimes it is uncertain, unexpected situations when you are on the coastal area. There can be a natural disaster, a geopolitical instability can happen. So these are the threats. So as a SWOT analysis, if you see, you can see strength and weakness. Strength is something which is internal to achieve the objective of the company. When you talk about the weakness, it becomes hindrance or harmful. Strength is helpful for achieving the company objectives. Weakness is harmful for achieving the objectives of the company. Similarly, opportunity. See, strength is internal origin, internal or to the company, whereas opportunity is external. Strength and opportunities are helpful for an organization to achieve the organizational objectives, whereas weakness and threats are harmful for the achieving the objectives of the company. Strength and weakness are internal to the organization, whereas opportunities and threats are external to the organization. So this is taken from a Wikipedia, one of the source for a better understanding. So threats are confirmed. People have to confront threats, try to avoid weakness, exploit the strength, exploit the opportunities and strengths, and as an individual, see, when you have an opportunity and weakness, you search for what are the alternative ways to overcome. So So, strength and weakness, internal environment, opportunities and threats are external. When your strength is good and opportunities are there, you can exploit. At the same time, when your weakness is there and you have a threat, you will try to how to avoid the threat. These are the strategic alternatives a firm can think about. So, in a detailed explanation about SWOT analysis, if you could see here, if you could see across here, it talks about what is a thing. So, strengths, weakness, opportunities and threats. So, where it talks about list strengths, what are the strengths? Use strengths to take advantage of opportunities, overcome weakness by taking advantage of opportunities, use strengths to avoid threats, minimize weakness and avoid threats. In the different results, see opportunity, when it is strengths, try to encash on it. The same opportunity, what is it? Opportunity, when it is in weakness, try to overcome it. When the threat is there in strength, use strength to avoid your threats. When you have threats and weakness, try to minimize or avoid your weakness. So, you can call it as SO. Max-maxi strategy, maximum strength to maximize opportunity. Min-max strategy, where strategies that minimize weakness by taking advantage of opportunities. Maximin, maximize strategies, strategies that use strengths to minimize threats. Strategies that minimize weakness and avoid threats. So, about the 4 components, strength, weakness, internal. Strengths and weakness are internal to organization. Opportunities and threats are external to the organization. So, you can have a blend of in a matrix format. This is what the competitive advantage individual firm can think about, either to enhance on it, improve on it, or to avoid it. That depends on the organization. So, this is taken from one of the recommended textbook sources, the diagrams. So, factors to consider when identifying a company's strength. So, potential internal factors, one has to identify the company's strengths are, we talk about is the core competency, a strong financial position, ample financial resources, we think strong brand name, image or company reputation, economics of scale or learning and experience curve advantage over rivals, proprietary technology, superior technology skills, important patent, cost advantage over rivals, product innovations capabilities. So, these are the potential internal strengths and competitive capabilities of a firm. So, factors to identify, other factors are when you have a good supply chain management delivery, good customer service report, good brand name, you have a updated technology, you have a skilled manpower, when the product quality in terms of cost effectiveness is better than the competitors, when the firm's product quality is better than the competitors' product quality in terms of cost and other quality aspects, then company as a strategic or company as a strength. So, these are the areas where the company can think about enhancing on the strength, joint ventures or mergers with other firms that provide access to valuable technology competency or attractive geographical markets. Some of the areas where company's strengths can be identified and worked upon. So, these are the areas where factors to be considered when identifying the company weakness. If you could observe these strengths, as I told you previously, one company's strength can be a weakness to other company. A resources can be a company's strength. The same resources non-availability can be a weakness for a B company. So, that is what. So, when you talk about the thing, no clear strategic directions, no proven core competency, financially not a balanced financial position, product or service is not of a superior quality, it is of a low quality or inferior quality, and overall unit cost relative, where the cost of the product is high compared to that of their competitors. All this talk about the weakness. Product line is you do not have variety of products. For example, if you take, it's just a shampoo. If you take a shampoo, you have a shampoo for the normal hair, dry hair, oily hair. Why? Shampoo is used for hair. But still, in a shampoo you have a long hair, short hair, oily hair, normal hair, normal scalp or a dry skull. Variety of shampoos are there. Dandruff, shampoo for a dandruffed hair. There is a product variety. You don't have that. You cannot say one product for all the type of hairs. Is it possible? Just an example. That's what it talks about. Too narrow a product line related to rivals. Weak brand image or reputation. It matters a lot. Once a product loses its brand, reputation, nobody will buy the product again. So that's why you have to give customer service. When you find the product is somewhere it has got a negative impact on a customer, try to find out, rectify it. As a company you have to rectify it. If not, it will give a negative. They say negative messages spread faster compared to a positive message. So company has to think over it. Weaker dealer network than key rivals. Distribution network, yes. When you visit a retail outlet or anywhere, you may ask the retailers which brand is better, a TV. You ask them which is a fast moving brand, which is brand do you advise. So this networking, channel of movement, you need to, so that about your product. Behind on product quality, R&D, yes. Research and development should have no cause and consequences. Any product is there, there can be a consequences of that for that usage of product also. But as a R&D department, you should work on the negativeness and try to improvise. That is a challenge for R&D. So you have to work on innovation. Short on financial resources to grow the business and pursue promising initiatives. So that was about weakness. Potential market opportunities. Customer group, yes. When car segment, automobile segment came, car was not affordable for everyone. When mobile entered into the market, mobile or cell phone was not everyone's cup of tea. Today even a beggar or any low cadre employee, a person, we call it as underprivileged people also have a cell phone because of its cost effectiveness, availability, affordability has reached to the lower cadre also. Green card holders, we say. The people who are below a particular income level come under the poor category or the green card holders. Irrespective of being a green card or voter, they will have one black and color, touch screen, not touch screen, keypad mobile phones, they will be using it. This is what I have observed. This is what I think general survey also we could go because of the thing. So slowly cell phone came to the upper class, then middle class. Cars also. If you could go 3 decades back, cars was not everybody's thing. But today, each and every, most of the family have a car. So, customer groups. So, the market coverage, expanding into new geographical areas, finding out, identifying new areas for your product. Once you acquire one particular area, then you find out various other alternative sources. Broad range of customer needs. Utilizing existing company skills or technology to enter into new product line or new business. ITC was in a tobacco industry. They came into FMCG sector. With a strong the distribution network, they could have used that in their FMCG sector. So that is one. Arrival to a falling trade barriers in attracting foreign markets. First they say, think local, act global. You will have to always as a company need to think in global perspective apart from satisfying the local needs. Acquiring rival firms or companies with attractive technological expertise or capabilities. So this was about the potential market opportunities. What are the factors to be considered by the firm or the organization when identifying a company's opportunities? Factors to consider while identifying the company's threats. Increasing intensity or competition among industry rivals may squeeze profit margin. You are not monopolistic. There is oligopolistic. Any company can come, they can give a better, many company can give a better of product and service than the existing firm. So there is always a threat. Slowdowns in market growth. In a product life cycle, you have introduction, growth, maturity and decline. Any product will go through the stages. So when it is coming in a decline stage, an organization has to find out innovative ways of modifying the existing product and trying to improvise and give it in a better of way. Television, black and white television was there, then came the color television, then came the LCDs, LEDs, today mini theaters. There is improvisation happening. So likely entry of potential new competitors. If there is any product, when there is a need, if anybody finds, automatically there will be a competing firm which will try to work on enhance that opportunity or encash on that opportunity available. Bargaining power of customers or suppliers, it's a threat. When the resources are very unique, then automatically the supplier for the firm, they can have an upper hand. So that becomes a threat for the organization. A shift in buyers' needs and taste. Yes, in industry product, a shift will be there in the taste and preferences of the buyer needs. They may look for a better quality, they may look more for a better version due to technological advancements. So that could be observed. Vulnerability, unfavorable industry driving force. Demographic changes threaten the crucial demand for the industry product. Restricted trade policies on the part of foreign government. Yes, in the previous example I was telling about Amazon portal, where the product has to get into that particular portal, there is a series of scrutiny process happens, whether the product is allowed or accessible in a particular country. If yes, then it has to go a clearance check. Then only it will come onto the Amazon portal shelf. If it is found some of the guidelines, if it does not meet, automatically it will be rejected back to the manufacturer from where who has put that product on Amazon portal for sales. What happens? So costly new regulatory requirements are all the threats for the organization. So this was about SWOT analysis. So same thing, similarly same thing holds good for SWOT also. Only thing, instead of threat, it is a challenge, which we will see in the next session.